Alrighty, guys. We are live. We're live. We'll just give people a couple minutes to come in. I'll make a few posts on social media. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So today's the giveaway time. We'll let the rest roll in. I'll just make a few posts, and then we'll kind of get it started. Welcome, guys. Welcome, guys. So if everyone's had a good week so far, it's come around quick, to be honest with you. Like last month we did a giveaway. This month, way more numbers. Obviously this month was the email list. And I think we've got about 70 something people in that list. Last month's giveaway, I think we had about 20 to 30 people. But still pretty good odds. Because there'll be three things today that I'll give away. One's going to be a 50k account eval. The second is going to be a call with me, 45 minutes. And the third is 50% off anything you want. Because obviously I've got a lot of free education, but some people say like, I want discounts. Here's an opportunity, 50%. Probably the biggest I'll give. Every week in the emails that I send, it won't always be 24% off. It won't always be that way, but there'll be different things there exclusively too. And that'll probably be sent every week on a Sunday or Monday, like you guys know. Welcome to everyone to send a message in the chat if you're here. We'll give people a couple minutes. I'm just going to post on or in Discord, and also I think Telegram I've posted already. And we'll let people roll in. But yeah, about 70 people so far. 70 people. I've got all the names, the Discord usernames in that random wheel. So that'll be popping in there. And then we can do that. Here are the names, right? Here are the names. A lot more this time, right? A lot more this time than we had last time. So I'm just going to make a note. We'll wait for a few more to come in. Now, all this is going to be recorded too. So let's say someone wins a prize that's not here, then I'll just message them later. Also, if you're watching this and you win, send me a message. So not on YouTube, send me a message either. If you're in my Discord, send me a DM or send me an email. Either one. Pardon me. So that's how we're going to do it. Send me a message and then I'll respond to you. And then what will happen is this. We'll do three giveaways. It'll be three people. Once the first person has chosen what they want, then the second person and third person. So it may take some time. It may take a week, a little bit of time just to let people kind of respond to me, which is fine. But this is what we're working with here. So what'll happen in a sec, I'll spin this. It's all random, right? Everything is all random. All the names have been put in. I'll spin this, and then we can kind of go from there. Welcome, Sunny. Welcome. Now, in Australia here, it's about 7 in the morning. Now, I might do this giveaway at different times next time, maybe at night time in Australian time. That way we can kind of account for different people. But I reckon we get into it. I reckon we get into it. So what's going to happen is this. There's going to be three things. There's going to be three things that I'll give away. One's going to be the 50k account. One's going to be a call with me, 45 minutes. Or you can get something in the Discord for a lot cheaper. Or the one-on-one calls, the course, whatever you want to get. These are all the names here. And again, message me after or send me an email if you're not on email and we can go from there. So let's get into it. So I'm just going to make sure I'll send one more message to a few people. And this is once a month, right? So the thing is, I've got plenty of information for free. Yes, I have premium stuff too, but go watch the free stuff first. I don't want you to buy my stuff. Watch my free stuff first. And then if you feel like you want to do one-on-one stuff, then consider it. But there's enough there in the macros on YouTube. I've got like 16, 17, maybe 18 videos now on the macros that are completely fine. So there's all that there too. So I'm just going to make a quick post here on YouTube. Let's have a look. And then we'll get straight into it. Now, hopefully everyone's had a good week of trading. It has been a bit atypical for me. A bit weird. And I had a little peek of ICT's video. Actually, he posted something. He posted something very recently, just saying the conditions were hard. Yeah, I agree. Still setups, but you got to kind of, look for different things. Now, let's spin it. So this person, I'm gonna write it down, but essentially what'll happen is whoever wins this first thing, you'll get the choice to start. And then second and third, whoever's third, well, whatever's left you get, which is still a good thing. Let's go. All right, who do we have? All right. If that's you, I mean, in the past, I think no one on the YouTube was actually watching when they won. If that's you, let me know in the comments. But that there is going to be our first winner. And we got 3. We got 3 to give away here. Why not? You're in the chat. Beautiful. You're in the chat. There you go. So send me a message on Discord. If you're in the Discord, send me a message. 1 in 70 something chance. I think there's 72 names. So right? Send me a message in the Discord after this, and then you can have a choice. It's up to you, right? So 50k eval, 45-minute call with me, one-on-one, or if you want the premium stuff, then 50% off. Up to you, right? Up to you. So just so you know, number 1, let me just kind of jot this down. But yeah, send me a message. That way you can get that underway. Congrats. Cool. Still send me a message and I'll organise that with you. So now we know we've got 2 things left. You want the funded account? Let's go for the second and third now. Send me a DM on Discord now if you can, or very soon. Let's go number 2. Right? And the same person can't win, unfortunately, but we'll go number 2. Ooh, that was close. Now, by the way, these are the Discord names. So, winner number 2 here, Discord names. So, what I'll probably do, because I've got like a list where I've categorized everything, these people, I'll send them a message. And obviously one person's here, which is beautiful. And again, these giveaways, all you got to do is be active. That's it. I'm not asking for anything. Be active, provide you value every week. And even if you don't win this, doesn't matter. There's next month's one. So this is number 2, right? So the account, someone's already chosen, which is cool. Second person might choose the 50% off. Second person might choose the coaching call. Who knows? So let's go number 3. And you know what? Why not, right? What we're going to do is this. So if you're watching now, great. If you're watching after, then it could be applicable to you as well. The second and third, right? So they get a choice between if they want a one-on-one call. It's a private call, right? One-on-one on Zoom, and I'll send you a recording. Or you get 50% off. What I'm going to do is, after that, I'm going to quickly go 3 names. And for those people, I'm just going to put it out there. I'm going to offer you the same. The same as the second and third prize. But, if someone chooses the second prize of the call, it's going to be a group call, right? And if someone wants the 50% off, then fine. But there's going to be a little bit more to this giveaway. Why not? Right, let's give back. Let's do this next one now, the third person. There we go. Number three. Number three. So I'm going to write this down. So between these two people, they can either choose between the one-on-one call, or they can choose between the 50% off, right? Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to draw 3 more names very quickly. And for these people, it's either going to be a group call, right, for 30 minutes, or it's going to be the discount. And the consensus wins, right? The consensus wins. So what will happen here, the next 3 people, I'll get in contact with you guys, or send me a message, and I'll ask you, what would you prefer? Group call 30 minutes or 50% off? If 2 people say group call, it's a group call. If 2 people say 50%, it's 50%. And again, this is extra, so keep that in mind. We've had 3 people so far. 1 person said they are getting the funded account, which is great, the eval. And the other 2 people I'll message should be in there. So all the names, everyone that sent me a message this morning, by the way, or recently, everyone that applied for the weekly list, I admitted everything this morning, so that would be all in there as well. Should be in there. All right, let's do it. So I'm going to do 3 people very quick. 1, 2, 3, and these 3 people as well. Send me a message, right? So send me a message. That's how it's going to happen. That's how it's going to happen. Let's go. Now, by the way, it hasn't happened yet because I've only done 1 giveaway so far. But if people don't respond to me I'll give people a week. Otherwise, we do a redraw. So keep that in mind. Let's go. All right, so number one. If that's you, congrats. If you're watching this, congrats. Number one. Let's go. Number 2. With Discord, that's all. That's what it depends on. So, number 2, right? And then 1 more person we're going to bring in. Welcome. So far, just so everyone knows, right? I've got the 3 main prizes. 1 person's already chose the 50k eval. 2 other people I've got written down here. They can choose between a one-on-one call or 50% off any service. I've just drawn 2 more names. This is one of them. And out of these next 3 names I'm drawing, this is the last one, it'll be a consensus vote. It'll be either a 30-minute group call or it'll be the 50% off. Just as an extra thing, right? And who knows, as time goes on, it might change, right? It might change. Some of the giveaway options will probably still remain the same, to be honest with you, because a lot of people want that account. A lot of people want that call, but there might be more options next time as opposed to me doing extra things. But yeah, welcome to everyone joining now. Got a few people here, and yeah, beautiful. Let's do it. Let's spin. There you go. Now, Adrenaline, you're from the Discord. I recognize the name there. You might be watching this. You may or may not be watching this. Oh yeah, we've had a chat before. I recognize that. Yeah, we've had a chat before. So right now, here's what we have. Right, we've got. Yeah. I remember the name. I've got a decent memory now. Talking to a few people. Chatty Trey, TJ. TJ, why isn't your name there? Why isn't your name there, TJ? Let's add you in. It should be in there. It should be in there. So let's add you in. I'm going to add you in right in the middle section here. You'll see. Down here, you'll see that. You'll see that through. Next time for sure. Can't see my... Yeah, see. So this is interesting. Now, what might have happened is this. Because what I've done this morning, these are definitely all the entries. What I've done this morning is I've gone to the list of all the emails. For some reason, see how you've got... Oh, see how you've got like user... There's a few over here that say like user this, user... For whatever reason, right, there's a few of these people, and for some reason I'm like, that makes not much sense, but that's what's popped up as on my thing. And Mark, I recognise you too. It could be the case. It could be the case because I'm pretty sure that every single person that was on that list, copy and paste, straight into the list. But just so you guys know, like Trey, Mark, like definitely Trey, you've been killing it in the community, right? Trey in the community, he makes a big part of it, big part of the community there, because the thing is with the Discord guys, we're at about I think 740 at the moment. That's getting shut soon. It's getting shut soon, right? 800 is the number. 800 is the number, which we're probably going to hit pretty soon because I want it to still be talkable. So if you're not in there, join in. But once it's 800, that'll be getting shut off for about a month, just to let it ease in. And what I do as well, what I do every week, every fortnight, it's called pruning. So if you're in the Discord, like even if you don't say anything, you're still active technically. But for those that like aren't active in like a week, 2 weeks, see you later. Because I want people in the Discord that are actually active either by looking or by communicating. So every week, every 2 weeks, that's what I do. If I cut your name out, it's all automatic with Discord too. And that's just unfortunately how it goes, right? No hard feelings, right? No hard feelings to you guys. But it's usually only a couple people. It's usually like 2 people maybe for a 7-day, 14-day period and 30-day period. So here's what's going to happen, right? If you want any prize today, send me a message. I'll also send you guys a message just because there's some people that say user 7 this, 7 that. So just to keep that in mind. Now, next month, I haven't really decided on what the giveaway is going to be. Haven't really decided yet. Haven't really decided how you're going to enter that. Not 100% sure, but I'm sure that at the start of next month, I'll come out with some instructions on that as well. So that'll be coming very, very soon. Now, the prize is probably going to remain the same. Like I said, we're probably going to have a mix of eval accounts, different things, different bits and pieces. And Dino, yes, we just finished. But after this, you can rewatch it. I'll be sending everyone a message that did win today. And then I'll make sure that those people know. And what I've kind of done is this. The first 3 people get the choice of the first 3 prizes. And then the last 3, I'm going to send them a message. The consensus between those 3 people either is going to be a 30-minute call, or if people want a discount for my premium stuff, they get that. But it's a consensus. So the last 3, it's majority wins. There's 3 people. If 2 say to something, then that's what we're going to go with. And I think next month, I might even do a poll. Why not? I'll do a poll. I'm going to have about, let's say, 15 things, 10 things, right? And I'll post the poll in my Discord. I'll post the poll on my Telegram because you can do it there and on YouTube. That's what I'm going to do. And you guys are going to vote as to what you want. There you go. That's going to be for next month. So, I'm thinking we can do account giveaways. Maybe we can do more than one, if people want that. We can do calls. We can do people like access to, last time I gave away, I think 7 days to the premium. We can do that. We can do more coaching calls. We can do whatever. It doesn't have to be like fixed, but I'll give you guys like a poll and you guys can answer that too. So I think that's going to be what happens for the next one. And keep in mind, even if you don't win now, right, this next month, each month I kind of really only suspect it to grow, right? I really only suspect it to grow because as time goes on, more and more people kind of join. And, next month, maybe there's 100 people. Still pretty good odds though, when you think about it. Still decent odds. So that's what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to create a poll and you guys can kind of choose. I want some kind of diversity as well because I could just say, 350k evals. I'm sure everyone's going to choose it, but I know there's some people that would want a call or would want, something different. So I want to still account for that. And depending on how many people, here's the thing, depending on how many people in the giveaway will depend on and dictate how much I kind of give away. You know what I mean? Because again, without you guys, there's no community, and it's crazy to think about. I started my YouTube, for example, in October 2023. It's crazy that we're at 6K. It's just crazy to think about. And even my Discord, ever since opening that up, it's just absolutely exploded. And now we've got a great community in there. Trey being one of those people, and there's probably a few names in here who are very... Mr. Singh, recognize you from the Discord too. There's a few names in the chat, right? And that's what the community is about, right? That's what it's about. So again, guys, if you found this week challenging, like I said at the start of the week, or start of the call, sorry, ICT's been the same. He posted a video. I skimmed through this morning very briefly, just curious to see what he was saying, because a lot of people have been saying, like, where's your 2022 mentorship stuff? Where's your notes? Well, here's the thing, right? I'm very selective when I post that because I don't really use that much new information pieces from ICT. So for me, I'd rather just post, YouTube videos about macros and all the rest of it. That's just me. That's what I enjoy posting about, right? I enjoy teaching macros. That's my thing. And most of the content, to be honest, as time goes on, you might see the content shift from probably just random to all macro as time goes on, and we'll see what happens. But YouTube's always going to be there. I like producing YouTube videos, YouTube, TikTok. It's always going to be there. I don't really plan to stop doing that anytime soon. The only thing that could be new, which I'm still in the works of doing, is podcasts, different things like that, which could be via Zoom and all the rest of it, because I think a lot of people have interesting experiences, whether they're profitable, whether they're not, it doesn't really matter, but they could share information that could be quite valuable with other people. And there's a few people in Discord that I think would be great candidates, right? Great candidates to chat with. And that's something that we're going to start to do. Yeah, Mark, it's weird, you sometimes have to, like, when I sit here, sometimes you kind of just, in your head, you kind of just forget where you start, it's a weird thing. It's like anything. It's sometimes you get so caught up in just go, because that's what trading is. Day, trade, that you don't really get time to reflect. But it's interesting, and again, for anyone that's watching this now or later on, it's one of those things where, you just got to keep going. You got to keep grinding, because that's how you're going to get the results. I'm 26. So young. I started trading in 2023 in May. That's like proper looking at it. But before that, yeah. You just gotta do it. Essentially, you just gotta do it. And again, realistically, everyone's on their own journey, right? So realistically, I keep saying this, but it's so important. Who cares if you don't take a trade? And I would advise anyone that's in my Discord or that's not. Doesn't matter. When you're trading, if you're in my premium, yeah, watch what I'm doing, watch what you're doing. If you're not, then just focus on yourself and do not, if you're in the Discord, do not look at the Discord while you're trading. Do not. Do not look at what other people are saying. You trade for yourself, so you take the trades that you like. That's really important. And yeah, who cares if it's a loser? Realistically, think of trading like a business because it is. And when you lose, you learn. And people say to me, well, how do you have confidence to keep going into trades, or how do you develop this? Well, it's from losing a lot, I'll be honest. I've wasted thousands of dollars learning. And that's real, 100% real. Thousands of dollars learning. And that comes from not only because I've gone through a few different mentors when I first started, not only that, but also prop accounts. Because remember, when I first started, I was in the not my funded futures, my Forex funds era. That's when I started. And those accounts were a lot more expensive than your typical Top Step for 49 US. So keep that in mind, right? And so I had to learn the hard way. And a lot of people can't do that. And I think it takes a lot of grit, determination to stick with it. Because there's going to be times, trust me, where you're sitting there, you go, what did I just do? Shouldn't have done that. But you literally have to reflect on that and move on. And I know I make that sound so simple. It's not. It's not easy. You have days and nights when you're first learning where you're thinking like, what am I doing? You know what I mean? And obviously the more people you tell, then there's that extra pressure because people are going to be asking you. So don't tell people when you're learning. That's my advice. Because I told people, and I had one friend who was in it with me, right? And actually brought me into ICT. The other people, and including family, right? My family's been fairly supportive, but people are inquisitive. They want to know, right? So they'd ask you, okay, how you going, Ruben? How you going? How's your trading going? Oh, did you make money? You don't want that. You don't want that. When you're learning, or regardless, keep it to yourself. Let the results show, and that's it. And that's all it's about. And for me now, like this year and last year, ever since about Feb last year, every month, my goal is just to get a payout. That's the goal. If I can get two, great. That's my goal. And this year, it's all about scaling. So it's about starting off at a certain point, scaling. All I mean by that is bigger payouts, but more frequent payouts or copy trading, things like that. That's it. But it's a process. I didn't just jump into it going, yeah, I need to make this amount, per month. It started with me just learning the process and then building up to that, and then passing an account, and then getting comfortable passing accounts, getting comfortable losing trades, losing many trades in a row, getting comfortable with, okay, if I do this, that's probably the outcome that's going to happen. You know what I mean? So that's something as well. And I also want to point out, right, I'm not made of money, right? I never started with a lot of money at all. Complete realism for you guys. If that's you and that's how you start, you've got to be very mindful. And I wouldn't be quitting your job at the start. So a lot of people might know, like when I first started trading, I was working full time. And I'm glad I was. Now, I don't have kids. I live at home though. So I've got some expense, and I can appreciate that expenses can make it hard to trade. But here's what I say to anyone, because a lot of people, I guess, come to me and ask me like, well, what do I do if this is the situation? I'm not a financial advisor, but you need to trade from a place where you don't need to make money. It has to happen. If you're trading from a place where you're like, I need this money, I need this, otherwise I can't pay for this, you're going to get wrecked. Because treat it as something to make extra income. And then if it becomes it doesn't have to. It could just make your life easier. That's the thing. It doesn't have to become a full-time thing if you don't want it to. But if it makes your life easier to start, that's what you're kind of looking for. And I think a lot of people forget to realize that. They forget to realize that, and they get caught up in that. The reality of it is, right, there's nothing wrong with taking 3 to 6 months to not buy any funded accounts and to get better at the skill and trade on demo. There's nothing wrong with that. If you say to yourself, and here's reality, right? if you say to yourself, I can only afford one funded account, and if I blow this funded account, I can't afford any more. You shouldn't be trading. You shouldn't, because then you're trading from a place where you need to make that money. It'd be very hard. It'd be extremely hard, right? If you're trading from that position, because your emotions then are not stable. You're not going to be in a position where you're happy to be patient. You're happy to wait. You're happy to let things happen. So keep that in mind when you're learning, when you're trading, because yeah, there's going to be ups and downs, but you got to stick at it. I could have given up many times, many times, but I think for me, I've got a very kind of, when I'm into something, I just go hard at it. I don't stop. And you can apply that kind of to anything in your life, fitness, sport, whatever. I've always kind of been the person where if I'm not interested, I won't do it. If I'm not interested in something, not going to put effort into it. But if I am, I'm going full 100%. And I think in trading, you need to have that mindset. You need to be able to say to yourself, look, I don't know if it's going to work out, because obviously you can't tell the future, but I'm going to pretend that it is. And if you tell yourself that enough and you do the right things, and you'll see success over time. That's all it is. And be happy. Look back 6 months, look back 3 months, look back a year. 100% you would have improved. 100%. But everyone learns at a different rate. Everyone excels at a different rate. Not everyone becomes profitable too. But why is it the case? This is kind of turning into one of those weekly talks. But why is it the case, right? Because like you're saying there, Trade, people don't submit to the process. Yeah, people don't submit to the process. That's just what it comes down to. And what does that look like? Well, that looks like saying to yourself, look, it's going to take however long it takes, and I've got to focus on this, this, and this. If while I'm learning, I lose a funded account, I lose a funded account. That's okay. If I lose 5 trades in a row, that's okay. If I have a winning streak, that's okay. It doesn't mean I'm the best in the world. Because either and is not good, right, for psychology. If someone else takes a trade in the Discord that I'm in and I don't, I'm still a decent trader. I still know what I'm doing. If I can see repeatable patterns, then that's what I should be focusing on. If I've taken as many trades as I need to for today, based on risk management, and I decide and I choose to take more, then I'm opening up risk. And if I choose to take more, then you have to be okay, or I have to be okay with the outcome that yes, I could make the money back, but I could also lose more. So every time you make a decision, there's a consequence, right? But you have to have self-accountability. You have to be accountable for your own actions. And yes, I've made silly mistakes before. Everyone has. There's been situations where I shouldn't have traded again. And guess what? Sometimes it's worked and sometimes it hasn't. And in both situations, I understand that, look, that further trade, that extra trade, I shouldn't have taken that. Today it worked. The next week, look, shouldn't have taken that trade. I lost even more than I wanted to. But I accept the risk. So you accept the risk. You understand that, look, the reason why I lost is not because of my strategy, it's because of me. And then you move on. You know what I mean? And Mark, the funny thing is, right, about that, I went short. Well, I didn't go short. I talked through a short because I've already traded for the week on my accounts. But I went short. I think we're talking through a short in the 150 to 210? No, 250 to 310 macro. That's it. And after that, I was contemplating looking for longs. Just didn't like it. And that's okay. You know what I mean? Didn't like it. Ended up going up higher. But the thing is, like I've said to a few people, you just got to stick to your own judgment in terms of what you actually like to trade. And like you're saying there, Mark, stay out of social media when you're trading. Yeah, the 250 to 310. And guess what? Sometimes the 250 to 310 would have sold off, but we actually formed SMT at the lows. And I know people are watching this later have a look at that. We formed the SMT, the lows, I'm pretty sure. And then we didn't sweep those lows. We didn't sweep those lows. This is between the 250 to 310 and 350 to 410 macro. So that's one of the things. And I think, yeah, a lot of people, and I saw the SMT thinking, this could be interesting, but I wanted to see lower prices. I wanted to see those lows swept, go down a little bit more, and then maybe pull back up. But it didn't happen, so it's one of those things. Probability is going to play out as time goes on. I want you guys to keep that in mind. And pretty much most strategies can work. A lot of people don't want to hear that, but most strategies can work. I've got a few things I'm going to collect data on soon because things can be very simple. And they are. Using macros, it's easy. It's easy. If you just look in a macro and look for an inversion, come on. And then you add on a bit of market structure on top of that. It's not too hard to identify, but the reason why people fail with it is because they don't stick to that. They'll do something random, or they'll go, oh, it looks like it's going to get here. It's not really my model. I'll just enter it anyway. Because it looks nice. It looks like there's a little volume. So for me, what session? London session, probably the most. Followed by Asian session, followed by PM, and then followed by AM. But it could change when the times change in Australia, because at the moment it's like 2 o'clock in the morning for New York Silver Bullet. And people ask me, how do you trade London? The same as I trade New York. That's kind of the best way to put it. Every session I can trade macros. It doesn't matter. You just got to appreciate that some sessions move more, some sessions move less. The less volume, you just target a less, you just target less movement. You go for 1-to-1s, 1-to-1.5s. New York session is not always good either. Sometimes the dump happens pre-market or at 9:30 open, or it happens at 7:50 New York time or 8:50. So there's plenty of opportunity, and I've seen a few people talking about it in my Discord. I have a look every morning. You can trade whatever macro you want. It doesn't actually matter. It just depends on where price is at that current time. So if you can't trade silver bullet sessions, trade outside. Trade at 6 a.m. New York time. Trade at 7 a.m., 8 a.m., doesn't matter. And that's something I'm open to. But normally for me, I've taken either my wins or losses by the time London session's done. And that's it. Like, my goal this year is to really just get time back, because last year a lot of time was sacrificed. Friends, families, my partner, everything sacrificed for the charts. And you go through that stage where you kind of, it's too much. Sometimes there's too much time on the charts. I want to be in, I want to be out, a couple hours maybe per day spent on the charts, win, loss, whatever, break even, call it a day. That's it. Otherwise you become almost like a slave to the charts. You're watching the charts all day, and it's probably not good for anyone. So it's a good question, but it's a good question in terms of that. So, I mean, this is kind of turning into a bit of a talk. I might change the name here. We'll call this the giveaway and discussion, the giveaway and discussion day today. But yeah, it's Thursday in Australia here, so a couple more days left in the week. I'm kind of cruising for the rest of the week in terms of my own trading, waiting for payouts now. And with my fund of futures, just need to wait for the 14 days on a few accounts, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So in these situations, I mean, I just kind of taper it, I forward test. It's still important if you're waiting for things to still collect data. Just keeps you sharp. But I may not be as inclined to look at the markets for as long because I don't really need to. But I still like looking in the main areas that I normally would trade, so I can get that judgment too. And I'm trying to organize affiliation with my fund of futures. We're getting there. It's just a process. I was affiliated with them originally, but then they changed. I think they changed like the system, so I've had to reapply again, and there's a lot more to the process. I think I'm affiliated with Apex, but I've never really promoted it because I don't trade Apex. Top Step, I don't think I can, being from Australia. But it's just one of those things. I've never really done that. May do it in the future, but we'll kind of see. We'll kind of see what happens there. See, if you guys have questions, let me know. I'm going to stay on for another 10 minutes. Why not? And if people are watching this later, I guess look at the giveaway. If you won the giveaway, send me a message. But yeah, every week there's a different word. I mean, this week I won't give it away. I'll make the code something different though for the email. I haven't created the giveaway code yet, but this week, if I had to say it, I would probably say that this week has been atypical for me. And all I mean by that is, well, there's been setups, but not necessarily for me. It's just for me, not necessarily those typical ones. There's definitely been setups and macros and versions, but you had to be very nimble with price, and you've had to definitely like look at price action very closely too. So it's one of those things. Be satisfied with enough as well. I've been there before. I've been in situations last year, and you might have been there too, where you're waiting for a payout and the account says see you later. It's happened to me. It's happened to me once actually with Apex, believe it or not. And from that day you learn, or I learned from a lot of pain, that you might have to just be patient and wait and be mindful. Just be mindful of what you're doing, because there's different stages. There's different stages to it. You know what I mean? And if you're still trying to pass accounts, stick to that. Make that your goal. And before that, make it your goal to be consistent and to be, to be comfortable taking losses. You have to. You're not going to get to the payout stage if you're not comfortable taking losses in multiple. You have to be comfortable taking losses. And as painful as it might be on a Friday to take a loss, you got to get used to it, because it's going to happen. So not all the time will it happen, but there will be situations where that happens. And Mark, you're saying that you posted a trade in member charts. Let's have a look. Let's have a look here. Let's have a look. And this is obviously from yesterday. Yeah, cool. Yeah. Yeah, cool. Exactly. Something similar that I had too, in terms of a short there. So 2 macros. Now, just for you guys that are watching, go on your charts, mark out a 15-minute fair value gap. And I'm just going to say this, and I'll say this to my premium Discord. It's the last spot that we can find support. 15-minute fair value gap, roughly from, if you're looking for price points, 21,136 is the high, roughly, and 21,074, roughly. Have a look at the 150 to 210 macro. Have a look at the 250 to 310 macro. And now we're going to see what the end of day macro does. If this area does not hold, we're very bearish. We have been anyway. If this area does hold, then I can see price over the next couple of days, rest of the week, working our way back up. Just saying. Also, right, and this is just set out in text and message form here. Pull a Fibonacci from the swing high at about 8:29 on Tuesday the 25th of Feb, about 8:29, 8:30. And the swing low formed on the same day, 25th, at about 11:30. Look at how price accumulated, and you see the accumulation, right? Look at how price accumulated from like yesterday in the previous AM session, from about 11 o'clock to about 12:30 in the previous AM session that just happened. Interesting. My screen, I'm not sharing it. I could get it on here, but I need to change the settings, Mark, that's all. And I have to get rid of this. Let me just do this. Let me look. So let's do this. Where are we going? But yeah, we'll get it on. I'll probably send something to the Discord, and I guess in the free community too. But that's what I'll be looking at. Like, mark that stuff out. This could be study as well. Mark that stuff out, and pretty much mark out that 15-minute gap. Have a look at how price accumulated there. Interesting. 11:30 or 11 to 12 o'clock, 12:30. Accumulation, push down, manipulation, maybe. Just saying, maybe. And depending how the day closes, I don't know, the end of macro might just shoot up, maybe. But if it doesn't, and we hold that 15-minute gap, that's my narrative. I guess you could call it that. My narrative or my bias, if you want to call it that. So mark that on your charts and use that as some kind of framework, I reckon. And I think what I'll probably do, I'll call it there. I'll leave it there. It's been great having you guys here. And if you won something today, send me a message. I'll send people a message at some point today if I don't get one. But that's what I'll be looking at. Look at that gap. Look at that accumulation pocket. Treat that as you will for this end of day macro and for tomorrow. Well, today for me, but if you're from America, tomorrow in your session or wherever you're from, right? I'm getting confused with time zones, but great having you guys here. And this will probably be uploaded straight away to YouTube. I think it does it automatically. For those on my Discord, we'll chat there. And again, enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of the afternoon if you're from America. Nights, mornings if you're from Australia, good morning. And we'll talk very soon, guys. We'll talk very soon. Catch you guys later. All the best. Have a good one. If you've got questions, send me messages. Chat soon.